Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for gathering here today. It is an honor to stand before you to share a message of hope, transformation, and divine purpose. Today, I want to speak about a truth that has the power to reshape our perspective and renew our spirit. God is removing what holds you back and planting what makes you grow. Letting go of what holds you back is one of the most transformative steps you can take toward growth and fulfillment. It requires deep self-reflection, courage, and trust. Often the things that hold us back are not external circumstances, but internal limitations, fears, doubts, insecurities, or unresolved pain from the past. These invisible chains keep us in a state of stagnation, preventing us from embracing the opportunities and blessings that await. Yet, to truly step into the fullness of our potential, we must learn to release these burdens and make room for something greater. Letting go begins with acknowledgement. You must first identify what is holding you back. It might be a fear of failure, a toxic relationship, or even a habit of self-sabotage. Sometimes it's the comfort of the familiar, even if the familiar is harmful, that keeps us from stepping into the unknown. The thought of change can feel overwhelming, and we cling to what we know because it feels safer than taking a leap of faith. However, staying in that comfort zone often leads to frustration, resentment, and regret. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward breaking free. Releasing what holds you back requires a willingness to confront pain and discomfort. It means facing the fear of letting go and trusting that what lies ahead is better than what you're leaving behind. This process isn't easy. It often comes with feelings of uncertainty or loss. For instance, letting go of a toxic relationship might leave you feeling lonely for a time, but it creates space for healthier, more fulfilling connections. Walking away from a limiting belief, such as "I'm not good enough," might require unlearning years of negative self-talk, but it opens the door to self-love and confidence. One of the most challenging aspects of letting go is surrendering control. Many of us hold on to things because we believe we can fix them or because we're afraid of what might happen if we let go. But sometimes holding on does more harm than good. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means releasing the need to control outcomes and trusting that life or God will lead you to where you're meant to be. It's about having faith that the pieces will fall into place even if you can't see how right now. As you let go, it's essential to replace what you're releasing with something positive. Fill the empty spaces with gratitude, hope, and purpose. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, habits that nourish you, and thoughts that empower you. The act of letting go is not just about removal, it's about making room for growth. Like a tree shedding its old leaves, the process allows for new life to emerge. And letting go is a journey of liberation. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of what no longer serves you and stepping into the life you were meant to live. It takes courage, but on the other side of that courage is a life of clarity, peace, and boundless potential. Trust the process and know that letting go is not the end, it's the beginning of something far greater. God's pruning process is a divine act of preparation and transformation. Just as a gardener trims a plant to promote its health and growth, God works in our lives to remove the things that hinder our progress or no longer serve his purpose for us. While this process can feel painful or confusing at times, it is an essential step in our spiritual and personal growth. It is through this intentional pruning that we are shaped into the individuals we are meant to be, ready to flourish and bear the fruits of our purpose. Pruning often begins with a period of discomfort or loss. There are moments in life when relationships end, opportunities close, or familiar routines are disrupted. At first, it might feel like things are falling apart, but in reality, God is removing what is no longer aligned with his plan for our lives. It could be a toxic relationship, an unhealthy habit, or even a mindset that limits us. Though we may feel attached to these things, God sees the bigger picture. He knows what must be removed to make room for new growth. even if it means temporarily unsettling us. The process requires trust. It can be difficult to understand why certain things are taken away, especially if they seemed good or beneficial at the time. But just as a gardener removes not only dead branches, but also some healthy ones to redirect growth, God sometimes takes away things we value to guide us towards something better. Perhaps a job loss leads to a career path more aligned with our calling, or the end of a friendship opens the door to deeper, more meaningful connections. In the moment, it may be hard to see the purpose, but trusting in God's plan allows us to embrace the process with faith rather than fear. Pruning is also a time of refinement. As God removes what no longer serves us, He works to strengthen the areas of our lives that are meant to grow. This may come in the form of developing character, deepening our faith, or learning patience and perseverance. Just as a plant's energy is redirected toward producing fruit after pruning, our energy can be focused on becoming more aligned with God's purpose for us. This period of refinement often requires us to step out of our comfort zones and rely on Him in ways we never have before. It's important to remember that pruning is not punishment. It is an act of love and care. A gardener prunes because they see the potential for greater growth, and God does the same with us. He sees beyond what we can imagine and knows what is needed to bring that vision to life. Though the process may feel like loss, it is ultimately an investment. In the end, God's pruning process leads to abundance. When we allow Him to remove what no longer serves us, we make space for His blessings to take root and flourish. We grow stronger, wiser, and more capable of fulfilling the purpose He has set before us. While it may not always be easy, the results are worth it. A life that reflects His glory and a heart that overflows with peace and joy. Loss is one of life's most challenging experiences, yet it can also serve as a profound catalyst for growth. When something is taken away, whether it's a relationship, a job, a dream, or even a sense of identity, it can feel like the ground beneath us is crumbling. However, what may initially seem like an end is often the beginning of something greater. Loss is not merely about what is removed, but about the space it creates for something new to emerge. Through this lens, loss becomes a form of preparation for growth, teaching us resilience, strength, and trust in the process of life. When we experience loss, it forces us to confront change. Human nature often gravitates towards stability and familiarity, even when those things may no longer serve us. Losing something we've grown attached to disrupts that comfort, compelling us to reflect on what truly matters. In these moments, we may come to realize that what we lost was either holding us back or no longer aligned with our path. For example, the loss of a toxic relationship may be painful, but it can also free us to cultivate healthier connections. Similarly, losing a job may feel devastating at first, but it could redirect us toward opportunities that better align with our purpose and passions. Loss also teaches us about the impermanence of life. While this can be a difficult truth to accept, it reminds us to cherish the present and embrace the opportunities we have. When we recognize that loss is an inevitable part of life, we begin to see it not as a punishment, but as a natural cycle of growth and renewal. Just as trees shed their leaves in autumn to prepare for new growth in spring, we too must let go of what no longer serves us to make room for what will. This shedding may feel like emptiness at first, but it is in that emptiness that new possibilities take root. One of the most valuable lessons loss teaches is resilience. In the face of loss, we discover our capacity to endure, adapt, and overcome. We learn that even when something is taken away, we are not defined by that loss. Instead, we are shaped by how we respond to it. Each loss strengthens our ability to navigate future challenges and reminds us of the inner strength we might not have realized we possessed. Perhaps most importantly, loss often deepens our trust in a greater plan. When we cannot see what lies ahead, we are invited to trust that the process of life or God's plan is working in our favor. Many of the most significant growth experiences come from moments when we were forced to release something we thought we couldn't live without, only to discover that it was preparing us for something far greater. Loss is not the end of the story. It is a chapter in a larger narrative of transformation and renewal. While it may bring pain, it also brings opportunity. Opportunity to grow, to rebuild, and to become the person we are meant to be. By embracing loss as a preparation for growth, we can move forward with hope, trusting that every ending carries the seed of a new beginning. Trust in the process is a powerful yet challenging mindset to embrace. It requires surrendering control, letting go of fear, and believing that everything happening in your life has a purpose, even if you don't fully understand it in the moment. Life's journey often takes unexpected turns, and the outcomes we envision for ourselves may not always align with reality. However, trusting the process means having faith that every step, no matter how difficult or uncertain, is leading you toward growth, fulfillment, and a greater purpose. One of the most difficult aspects of trusting the process is the uncertainty it involves. As human beings, we crave clarity and predictability. We want to know where we're headed and how everything will turn out. When life presents challenges, delays, or detours, it's easy to feel frustrated or even defeated. But just like planting a seed and waiting for it to grow, much of life's progress happens beneath the surface. You may not see immediate results, but that doesn't mean growth isn't occurring. Trusting the process means acknowledging that some things take time and that patience is a vital part of progress. When you trust the process, you also let go of the need to control every aspect of your life. This doesn't mean you stop taking action or striving for your goals, but it means releasing the grip of overthinking and micromanaging outcomes. You do what you can with the resources and knowledge you have, and you leave the rest in the hands of a higher power or the natural flow of life. This surrender doesn't indicate weakness, but rather strength, as it takes courage to admit that you don't have all the answers and that some things are beyond your control. Trusting the process also involves learning from challenges and setbacks. It's easy to trust when everything is going smoothly, but the real test comes when you face obstacles or experience failure. In these moments, it's important to shift your perspective and view difficulties as opportunities for growth. Every setback carries a lesson, and every challenge strengthens your resilience. When you trust the process, you begin to see hardships not as barriers, but as stepping stones that are shaping you into the person you're meant to become. Faith is a key component of trusting the process. Whether your faith is rooted in a higher power, a belief in the universe, or simply a trust in yourself, it's what sustains you when the road gets tough. Faith reminds you that even when things don't make sense now, there's a greater plan unfolding. Many of life's greatest blessings come after seasons of waiting, uncertainty, and perseverance. Trusting the process means holding on to hope and believing that what's meant for you will come at the right time. Trusting the process is about embracing the journey instead of fixating solely on the destination. It's about finding peace in the uncertainty and knowing that every step, no matter how small or difficult, is a necessary part of your growth. By trusting the process, you open yourself to possibilities you may have never imagined, allowing life to unfold in ways that exceed your expectations. Nurturing your potential is an ongoing process of self-discovery, growth, and intentional action. Each of us is born with unique talents, strengths, and aspirations. But realizing our full potential requires effort, dedication, and the right mindset. It's not enough to simply recognize that you have potential. You must actively cultivate it, just as a seed needs water, sunlight, and care to grow into a flourishing plant. Nurturing your potential means investing in yourself, embracing challenges, and continually striving to become the best version of who you are meant to be. The first step in nurturing your potential is recognizing it. This requires self-awareness, an honest understanding of your abilities, passions, and areas for growth. Often, we underestimate what we are capable of because we focus on our limitations rather than our strengths. To unlock your potential, you must shift your mindset and believe in your capacity to achieve great things. This belief becomes the foundation for everything else. Without it, you may find yourself holding back or settling for less than what you are truly capable of. Once you've identified your potential, the next step is to invest in it. This means dedicating time, energy, and resources to your growth. Whether it's learning a new skill, pursuing education, building healthy habits, or seeking mentorship, every effort you make to improve yourself contributes to your progress. Investing in yourself also involves self-care, both physically and mentally. A healthy body and a focused mind are essential tools for achieving your goals. When you prioritize your well-being, you create the conditions necessary for your potential to thrive. Nurturing your potential also requires embracing challenges and stepping outside of your comfort zone. Growth rarely happens when you remain in a place of familiarity. Instead, it's the moments of struggle, uncertainty, and discomfort that push you to grow stronger and more capable. Challenges teach you resilience, adaptability, and problem-solving skills. They reveal your true strength and help you discover abilities you didn't know you had. By facing these obstacles head-on, you're not only nurturing your potential, but also expanding it. Another critical aspect of nurturing your potential is surrounding yourself with the right people. The company you keep has a profound impact on your growth. Seek out individuals who inspire, challenge, and support you. These are the people who believe in your potential and encourage you to aim higher. At the same time, be mindful of relationships or environments that hinder your growth. Nurturing your potential means protecting your energy and focusing on what uplifts and empowers you. Lastly, nurturing your potential is about persistence and patience. Growth doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey of small, consistent steps that lead to significant transformation over time. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and remember that setbacks are part of the process. Each misstep offers an opportunity to learn and grow. In nurturing your potential, you're not just working toward personal success. You're also preparing to make a positive impact on the world around you. Your growth inspires others and contributes to the greater good. By investing in yourself, embracing challenges, and staying committed to the process, you unlock the incredible possibilities within you and step into a life of purpose, fulfillment, and achievement. Stepping into your divine purpose is one of the most profound journeys you can undertake. It is about aligning your life with the unique calling that God has placed within you. This purpose is not merely about personal ambition or success, but about fulfilling a role that brings glory to God, serves others, and gives meaning to your existence. It requires faith, self-discovery, and a willingness to trust a plan that has been intricately designed for you. Discovering your divine purpose often begins with listening to the quiet whispers of your heart. God has equipped each of us with specific gifts, passions, and talents that point toward our calling. These are not accidents, they are intentional pieces of the puzzle that make you uniquely suited for the work you are meant to do. Take time to reflect on what brings you joy, what challenges stir your compassion, and what tasks feel deeply fulfilling. These clues are often God's way of directing you toward your purpose. However, stepping into this purpose requires more than just recognition. It demands action. One of the most challenging aspects of stepping into your divine purpose is overcoming fear and self-doubt. Often, the path God calls us to may seem daunting or beyond what we feel capable of achieving. You may question whether you're qualified or ready to take on such a responsibility. But remember, God does not call the equipped. He equips the called. Trust that He will provide the resources, wisdom, and strength you need to fulfill your purpose. Every step of faith you take will be met with divine provision and guidance. Stepping into your purpose also means letting go of distractions and detours that pull you away from your calling. The world is full of competing priorities and temptations that can lead you off course. It requires discipline to say no to what doesn't serve your purpose and focus on what does. This might mean redefining your goals, reevaluating your relationships, or changing the way you spend your time. The journey may not always be easy, but the fulfillment that comes from living in alignment with your purpose far outweighs the sacrifices. Another critical aspect of living your divine purpose is service. Your purpose is not solely about you. It's about how your life can impact others. When you use your gifts to serve and uplift those around you, you create a ripple effect of positive change. Your purpose becomes a source of inspiration, healing, and encouragement for others. In this way, stepping into your divine purpose is an act of love, both for God and for the people He has placed in your life. Finally, stepping into your purpose requires ongoing trust in God's timing and plan. There may be seasons of waiting, challenges that test your faith, and moments of uncertainty, but through it all, remember that God is faithful. He is preparing you for what lies ahead and working all things together for your good. As you walk in obedience and faith, you will find clarity, peace, and fulfillment. Living in your divine purpose is not just about accomplishing tasks or achieving goals. It's about becoming the person God created you to be. It's about living a life of meaning, impact, and alignment with His will. When you step into your divine purpose, you step into a life of true joy, knowing that you are walking in harmony with God's perfect plan for you.